Hey, let's talk about education. So, different types of education, right? You got school, university. I'm not going to talk about those today. I think the more important education is the one that you find for yourself. So, while I value institutions and traditional education, I think learning to learn by yourself is probably the most important skill. I think it is the most important skill you could learn. Um, so how to do that? For me, I started with topics that I found interesting. So I would find a book um, that was interesting or looked interesting, and then I would read that book, and then that book would reference other books or other themes, and then I'd follow that theme. And then you find yourself pulling on all these little threads, and then over time, you start to learn what topics you really want to follow. Um, and it's not just limited to books. It could be audiobooks. Audiobooks are particularly helpful if you drive or take public transport or you're walking around doing other tasks. You can read a whole book in a few hours while doing things you normally would do. The disadvantage is that it's sometimes you'll miss bits because you're distracted by something that's going on. But I think on balance, I think they are very useful. I've come to appreciate both forms now. So where possible, I'll read a paper book um, because it forces me to be present and I'm focused on one thing at one time. But I spend a lot of time traveling, so I use the travel time to learn as much as I can. And I follow a method described by Tom Bilyeu from Impact Theory as swarm learning. So I will I'll just I'll find as much as I can on the topic that I need to learn about or I want to learn about. Maybe there's a particular skill I need to know and or a particular piece of knowledge that I need. I'll go through all the books, audio books I can find. I'll go through every YouTube video. That's another great source. And I'll just spend a few days consuming all the content on that topic, and then I'll pull out all the threads that go through each of those sources. Because what you'll find is there'll be common themes or fundamentals that ring true through every version. Like people have different voices, different ways of saying the same thing. So you start to learn how to pull out that information, and it it's it's changing my life. I've been doing this like independent study since 2016. So it's about 8 years of just following the threads and building up my knowledge. And as a result, I'm a lot more confident and competent in the things that I have studied. And a lot of it's been work related, but also financially, I'm a lot more educated than I could have ever been if I just relied only on school. Still go to school, go to uni if you think university is right for you, but learn how to learn how to follow the things that you're interested in. And it can be just for entertainment out of interest, or it could be practical skills that you want to build up. I would generally advise focusing on one at a time, otherwise, your focus will be too split. Um, so, focus on one topic till you feel pretty confident with it, then move to the next one. Occasionally, I'll bounce around 2 to 3 topics just because one is too heavy to go all in on. But yeah, I wouldn't go more than 3. So I hope you um, have the chance to try this if you're not already, and if you take a similar approach, I'd love to hear about it. If you take a different approach, I'd also love to hear about your thoughts on it. So let's learn together. Cool. I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.